Hello, I am coming on today with another stimulus update for you entrepreneurs and small business owners. Very important breaking news for you all. Welcome to She Boss Talk. I am Shantae Alrighty. So glad to have you all here. There's a lot to get to today. If this is your first time joining or watching, welcome. Do be sure to subscribe, hit that thumbs up or that love button for us so that more small business owners are able to see this broadcast so that they can get the financial relief that they need and that they just learn new tips and tricks on how to be more successful in business so we all can build wealth and legacy together. Do make sure that you post your questions in the comments. I'll try to get to them while I'm on air. If I don't get to them all, I always follow up after the show. Please know that we always pin our resources and important information to the comments. We drop them there. You can find them also in the description and in the show notes of this video. Important information also is going across your screen. I'll talk more about the ERTC tax credit program momentarily. But again, there are still many programs still available for you as small business owners, and there is more coming. So I have some updates on some big state relief grants that are opening up soon. So we're going to get right into it. Now, the first thing that I wanted to start with is the education department with regards to the student loans. So we know that student loans are on pause and also collections for any student loans that are in default. I don't know if you know, but there are many student loans that are already in default. And if it was not for the federal program that put a moratorium on student loans, many of your programs that you're already getting would be offset, meaning that they would grab or potentially grab any monies that are due to you and use it to pay off your existing debt. So the education department announced that they will be extending this moratorium, meaning that they will not offset or siege any of your funds, like your tax refunds, through November 2021. Okay, so we know we're in tax season right now. I know a lot of you all are rushing so you can get your tax refunds, but it's so important that you work with a tax professional that knows what they're doing. Also, not just that, but they are well versed in all of these stimulus programs that you've been able to take advantage of from 2020, 2021, and now in 2022. So they know how to note it on your tax filings appropriately, when you're taxed, when you're not taxed. So that's very important for your tax preparers and accountants to know. So please make sure that you're in communications with them and that you are working with professionals that keep you involved in the process and educate you along the way. But that is good news for those that are on Social Security, or maybe those that get earned income credits or child care credits or any other type of rebate credits. Those monies will not be seized. These are federal, I'm speaking federal programs only. I don't know about any private seizings that may be handled differently. Okay, so I'm just talking about the regarding your student loan, any defaults or seizing under those terms. So again, that is the education department regarding the student loan process. Okay, so let's move on. I wanted to really give an update regarding the Eidl, the COVID Economic Injury Disaster Loan Program. I just had a consult with one of our community members yesterday regarding his particular application. So I wanted to give you all an update. So we know that the program closed at the end of 2021, but the SBA continued to process most of the programs under the Eidl through 2022, except for supplemental grants. So you are at this point, if you had applied for the supplemental grant, should have received a notification that it is now closed if you did not get a deposit by the end of December. Now, with the targeted Eidl grant, I did mention this the other day briefly, is that you can still get it if you apply for the target advance at the end of 2021. You still have an opportunity to get your applications processed. With that said, the IRS issued a press release, not the IRS, the SBA issued a press release stating that if you were denied the targeted EIDL advance, you had until yesterday to submit your appeal. So hopefully all of you all got my message and you submitted your appeals. This is if you were denied. Okay, so if you weren't denied and yours is still in process, then that does not apply to you. But if you were denied and you received your denial letter, then you had until yesterday to appeal. Otherwise, you forfeit the up to $10,000 or the balance thereof if you received any portion of the grant in 2020. Now, the SBA also stated that as of January 1st of 2022, you only have one opportunity to appeal under the reevaluation process. Now, the reevaluation process is specifically for the grant because people still get it confused. These programs are handled separately. The loan is processed separately and your grant is processed separately. You have one shot as of January 2022 to appeal and have a successful appeal. So if you're submitting your reevaluation, please make sure that you meet all of the main requirements first and that you can substantiate the fact that you should not have been denied. So either there was an error on the SBA's end, or you had an error and you're able to fix it on your end. But these three things must be met. If these three things are not met, please do not submit an appeal. First, you need to have make sure you have a 30% decrease in gross revenues and you have documentation to support it, meaning the calculations. You have your tax return for 2019 at minimum. You need that, because you had to have revenues in 2019 to even qualify for this targeted advance. You also need to your business needs to be located in a low-income community, and you need to have 300 or less employees, W-2 employees, to qualify for this program. So even if you're appealing under some other reason, if those three are not satisfied, then you will not get approved under the program. And so I know there's still so many business owners and entrepreneurs trying to hope that you will get approved for the low income community. But if you check the map and the map says that you are outside of the low income community, then you would not qualify under this particular program. Okay, so we're still monitoring, we're still advocating for everybody to get their full grant, their full $10,000 that they should get. We're still advocating for them to expand it outside of low income communities. So we'll see what happens, because advocates everywhere across the board are calling for more aid, more funding, okay, for small business owners. So whether they create another program, they extend this program, open it up, and it's a new version, we don't know. I'm continuing to monitor to see what happens with that. Okay, so that is the EIDL program. Loans are still being processed. You still have an opportunity. If you get denied, to go through reconsideration. You still have an opportunity to request an increase of your loan. So if you've already been funded and you have not been funded up to your maximum amount, which you can calculate for yourself, then you have up to 2 years, or as long as there's funding in the program, to apply for an increase of your EIDL loan. Please know that the SBA does have other loan programs available. I've done videos on those. I'll be doing some more upcoming videos. So it's not just SBA, it's not just COVID related loans and funding. There are other types of programs that they have and support as well. So if you have any questions related to EIDL, please drop them in the comments. I know there's still hundreds of thousands of business owners, entrepreneurs, nonprofits that are still in process. One thing that I want to, important note that the SBA mentioned as well, if you, and I mentioned this several times before, but let me mention it again, because many of you all say that you've been in process for months or over a year at this point. First of all, if you got a decline you only have you have 6 months to appeal. There's not an unlimited time frame on appeals or requesting some type of action on your file. So I'm noticing more and more that people are bringing me information from 2020 or early in 2021 that was never followed up on, right? Even documents, your 4506Ts have a 120-day life period. So if you are not following up timely, again, the likelihood of you getting access to these program fundings is very low. So you can shoot your shot to see if it's been a long time, if you can still get it. There are no guarantees. However, if you can show that back when the processes were not good and records were not properly kept, and you want to call and get a status of your files, a status on what your grant or your loan, where is it at? Can you please tell me where we're at with the status? I submitted XYZ document back on X date, and I never heard anything back. So I don't know what's happening with my file. Can you please let me know? And if they tell you were denied, well, I was never informed. I am entitled by law to get a determination letter. Did you all send a determination letter? And if they say yes, well, when did you send it? What is that date? This is important for your record. So you may be able to skid through if they did not properly follow the protocol and give you a determination letter. Then you may still have a right under appeal. So that's why I'm saying never give up. You have to get creative, use your options. If they lost your files and you said they requested a document and you sent them and they have no record, but you have record, and you send it in and say, look, I sent this in and I have proof that I sent it in, and I have proof that it was received by the department. And so I'm entitled to move forward to the next step in the process. So again, just in case they say, because I know a lot of people have been sending me letters that they're getting that the program closed, and the last time that you can get it is January 1st. First, it depends on where you are in the process. If you apply before the end of 2021, your application will continue to be processed. Now, all of you all that are in process standing, okay, this is from the SBA. In process does not mean that your application is under review. Now, I know you say sometimes you call and they say it's still in process, okay? That is very confusing as to what that means. When in process in your portal means that it has not been submitted. You have to hit the button to send it for review, okay? I learned this over a year back when I talked to some SBA representative, and I wanted to know specifically, had I submitted everything? Did I hit all the right buttons? Is there something I missed? I asked these questions, and I said, well, it says it's in processing, but she said, if you do not hit that button, I believe it was a blue button at the time, it's probably still blue, okay? If you do not hit the button that says submit, it will stay in processing, and that means it is not being reviewed by the SBA. It's just sitting there in forever processing, meaning nothing is happening, okay? So, there's different definitions on processing. So when you call and they say it's being processed, ask them, what does that mean, right? Go to your portal, access your portal, and see what it says in your back office. If it just says it's processing and it hasn't been submitted, hit that submit button, because it's just sitting there. And like I said, sometimes there's issues on behalf of the SBA, but a lot of times too is user error or lack of user following through with what they're supposed to be doing. And then you remain stuck. And it can be something simple that you're overlooking, okay? So you want to make sure that you're reviewing your application, make sure you submitted everything. If it's in process, what are they reviewing? And why, if it's in process 6 months, why is it in process for 6 months? I mean, that just doesn't make sense. 30 days, yes, but 6 months and there's been no other activity on your file, that's concerning. So that should concern you. So I would be an investigator. I would go past asking about the process. I want to know what that means. What does that mean it's in process? Can you tell me, is it being reviewed? And do I have an assigned loan officer? And who is my assigned loan officer that's handling my files? Right? And do you have any notes on my files? What does the notes say in the system? Now, they have no notes. That, again, that is concerning. All right. So you still have avenues to escalate to your district and regional SBA offices. You also have the ability to escalate to your state Congress persons that represent your state that can help you through the process as well. But again, the time is ticking. I don't know how long the program will still continue to process, or how long it will be till the funds expire under the program. But the time to take action is now on your Eidl program files. So I'll come back to check for any questions on Eidls. Again, like I said, I did a consult yesterday, so we're still doing consults, but we have limited spots that are available. So again, before you book a consult, make sure you meet the top 3 requirements, because if you don't meet those, then there's nothing else you can do unless they change the rules. Okay. Now, let's talk about PPP forgiveness really quickly. So I had mentioned before that the SBA is targeting to be completed with all of the PPP forgiveness applications by the end of third quarter. We know we're getting close to nearing the end of the first quarter of 2022. But some new information came out that was released by the SBA under procedural notice that I want to inform you all about. Now, those of you, if this applies to you, please let me know in the comments. But there are several borrowers under the PPP Forgivable Loan Program that only receive partial forgiveness. Now, what I heard, this is true, okay, which is shocking, that some of your lenders didn't even give you the opportunity to apply for full forgiveness. Like, that's crazy. That makes absolutely no sense. But that has happened to some of you. So either you got partial forgiveness, or you were made by your lender to only request partial forgiveness and was not given the opportunity to request full forgiveness. That's 100% forgiveness under the program rules. Then you have an opportunity to appeal. And so let me just go through this really quickly and what the SBA is saying. So under this new policy, your lender actually has to issue a post-remittance notice to you. So your lender should be reaching out to you. I mean, again, I wouldn't even wait for them to reach out to me. I'll be reaching out to them if you're able to get in contact with your lender. But they have to offer you an opportunity to appeal, to do a review, right? Like a second level review of your PPP loan to give you the opportunity to get 100% forgiveness. So if you know someone that did not get full forgiveness, please let them know or tag them in this video, because this is very important. Because if you are denied any full forgiveness, or if you only get partial forgiveness, you only have 30 days to appeal. Again, there's not a indefinite opportunity to appeal. They have a deadline, timelines on the process. You have 30 days, okay? So now you're going to be given another opportunity to try to get 100% forgiveness under the program. So the lender must file the loan review within 5 days of receiving your request to move forward with a review, an SBA review, okay, of their partial forgiveness. So this is your opportunity. So again, 30 days for you to let them know. And I'm sure it's in formal writing or email, something like that. The lender will let you know what you need to do to make sure it's on record. As always, please make sure you keep your documentation. Please keep notes of the days and times that you are corresponding with any of these programs or representatives. Take names of who you're talking to. These things are so important. But 30 days to request a review. And then once you do that, they have 5 days in order to file for the review for you. Okay, so that is PPP forgiveness. If you have a loan under $150,000, you have an opportunity to either to either file your or submit your application for forgiveness through your lender, or if they're one of the, I think, over 4,000 at this point, lenders that have opted into the SBA's direct portal, you can apply through the direct portal, which takes like 5 minutes. I've not had one complaint about the SBA's portal. They have been really, it's been an easy process, timely processing of forgiveness applications. The portal is only for those with loans of $150,000 and below. And right now, the loans that are $50,000 and below are the ones that are still most outstanding. These are the smallest of smallest loans that are out there. And so again, this is a reminder that these are not automatically forgiven. You must request forgiveness. Otherwise, if it is not 100% forgiveness, then payments become due, right? 10 months after the end of your covered period. So I want you to be mindful of that, is that if you do not get 100% forgiveness, then payments will become due. Okay. So let's get those forgiven. We know that some will not be forgiven. I mean, I know you business owners and entrepreneurs out there, that some of you already know that and anticipate that, but this is for those that don't and are still seeking 100% forgiveness. I don't want you to be shocked when you get an email saying that your first bill is due, because it will come due if you have not received forgiveness. Okay. So if you have any questions on that, please let me know. I'm just double checking the information here. Yes, that is correct. Okay. So I do want to mention that, that Congress is still working to try to pass this bill that had taken different versions. It started off at, I believe, $3 trillion, is dwindled down at this point. But Senator Ben Cardin, he is represents the small businesses. He is an advocate for small businesses, and he is proposing more relief, especially for those restaurant owners. So if you're restaurant owners, please let me know in the comments, and those that have in-person service. So even if you're not a restaurant, so basically any brick and mortar retail where people come into your establishment, he is trying, I don't know if it will succeed or not, but he is trying to get that included. I don't know what amount, so it has not been made public on all the details, but know that industry, again, advocates, congressmen and women are still advocating for more relief for restaurants who were locked out of the restaurant revitalization, the restaurant fund. So we know that was underfunded, and so thousands of businesses did not get access to it. So they're still trying to see if there's a way to extend that program and to add more funding, $60 billion of funding to that program. Now, I do not know why it's taking so long. I wish it was quicker. I wish there was a sense of urgency, because, I mean, you're still playing catch up from then, but COVID has taken a turn, and for a lot of businesses, they're actually worse off now than they were back in 2020, just because of a lot of other issues, including supply chain issues and the rise of inflation as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. So, and there's still several restrictions that are in place depending on where you operate your business. So these things still continue to affect small businesses around the country. So know that I'm staying on top of it. So anytime that there's new information, I will bring it to you. But know that even though they're still working on that, there are other programs still available. There are a few left, especially for those in the in-person industries. Please listen up, and please do share out this video. Please share it with somebody, text it to them, email it to them, call them up, tag them in the video, because this could be an important lifeline for them, for their business. Okay. So this brings me to the employee retention tax credit. That is huge. I know that Democrats are trying to looking to see if they can get a bill passed that will extend this credit back to fourth quarter of 2021. It was already the credit was up to 2021. Then they passed the Senate infrastructure bill and removed it, which it should have never been removed. But anyhow, it was. And so again, we have advocates trying to add it back. I know the last changes under this program, I believe, were in November of 2021. So there may be more changes that come. And again, I will continue to keep you all updated on that. But this is huge because this is one of the last federal stimulus programs under the CARES Act, okay, that many do not know about. There's $400 billion available to small business owners, nonprofits that have W-2 employees. There are less restrictions than you had on PPP and Eidl as far as industries. If you have W-2 employees, if you had them in 2020 and you had them in 2021, you may qualify for the employee retention tax credit. Now, this is huge because the average credit claim, this is a refundable credit, which means that once your claim is filed, the IRS, they're taking a while. It takes 6 to 8 months for the IRS to process your claim once it's filed, but then that money is yours, okay? So it's a refund on your payroll that you paid and a benefit to you for everything that you've been through the COVID-19 pandemic. This came out the same time as PPP, the same time as Eidl, but PPP was much popular. And when it first came out, you could not get both. But we know that many bills passed that extended, improved these programs. And there were many that did this for this one. The biggest one was to allow business owners to get this credit and PPP. That is huge. So that opened it up to many millions of more businesses to be able to get access to this credit. This is money back to your business, okay? And again, the average credit is that we're seeing is $260,000. I know we just got a business approved, I believe it's a nursing home, for $500,000, $500,000, right? And I mean, even we got approved, and their claim was filed for a smoothie business that I've gotten to know as a husband and wife team, and they're looking to expand. But they got a good chunk of money, right? So we've been able to help businesses get $11,000, $15,000, $30,000, $100,000. And this is money they never even knew it was possible for their business. That is going to be a huge lifeline. Nobody told them. They didn't even know about it, right? So you need experts to help you to be able to get the credit. And we have partnered with those experts to help you to be able to do it. So it takes 5 to 10 minutes to see if you qualify for the program. So how do you qualify under the program? So I want to make some clarifications for you. I have at least 4 videos on the Employee Retention Tax Credit Program. So feel free to go check out our channel on YouTube and our playlist and watch those videos in detail, okay? If you had a reduction in gross receipts, that is a way that you can qualify. But it is not the only way you can qualify. So say you did have a decrease in gross receipts and you came out better as far as revenue in 2021. Well, you may still be able to qualify if you were impacted by COVID-19 in your business, if your operations were disrupted, okay? If you had supply chains issues that impacted your business due to COVID-19, you can possibly qualify for this program. Again, it takes 10 minutes to take the survey to see if you qualify. So it, to me, would be worth it for you to see if you qualify. Again, this is for those that have W-2 employees. This is not for gig workers. I've seen a few. I don't know if you're testing the system. I've seen somebody submit for Instacart and Costco. Please do not test the system and bog down the system. We're saving businesses, small businesses. So we need those that actually have businesses that qualify to submit the surveys. And don't test the system, because you need to make sure that you provide accurate information when you don't guesstimate, right? you want to make sure you provide accurate information, complete information when you are filling out the survey to see if you qualify. And then again, our experts take between 1 and 3 weeks to analyze and to process and file your claim with the IRS. It's really a quick process. The time it takes to actually get your funds it's out of our control. That's on behalf of the IRS. So again, it may take between 6 to 8 months to actually receive it. So look at it as a bonus. So there are other options. We help like with loans and other funding options in the interim so that you can have the working capital you need while you fill in the gap until you get these funds, just like you would if you're applying for Eidl and waiting on your Eidl funds. We've had many business owners do that, and they are very happy that they're able to have right now money when they have a right now need and a right now opportunity. But this is a game changer for businesses. $400 billion remaining in this program, and is so much because it's a not well-known program, but it can have a significant impact on your business. It is not a loan. Okay, so that's another question. It is not a loan. This is not money you have to pay back. And do you have to pay it back? No. This is a credit. So this is money that's due to you for your payroll. Okay, so if you have questions on the employee retention tax credit, please let me know. That is the link to fill out the survey is scrolling across the screen. It's also in the show notes. Again, up to $26,000 per employee for credits, 2020 credits and 2021. If you are new, this is also great about this program. For some of you all, you have new businesses, so you're considered a startup. So you missed out on PPP. You missed out on Eidl. If you started your business on or after February 15th of 2020, and you have W-2 employees and you qualify, you may get a special credit, and you get to take the credit up to fourth quarter of 2021. The retraction on the fourth quarter only applies to other businesses. It does not apply to those new businesses. So again, this is huge for you. For those that say, where are the programs for startups? This is one of those programs that is for startups. If you have a restaurant, if you patronize a restaurant, if you could please share this information with them to have them fill this out, more than likely, there's a high probability that they will qualify for this program under one of the requirements. So, I mean, how many of you all eat at restaurants? Like some of us eat at restaurant multiple times a week, and you're going in there, talk to the business owner. Tell them to check out my video that there's a stimulus they may qualify for. Have they heard of the employee retention tax credit, right? Just tell them it's a stimulus they may qualify for that give them a financial lifeline related to COVID-19, those businesses impacted by COVID-19. Share my number, share my email at hello@shebosstalk.com. I'm happy to go to share the information with them. But again, we need this to get this to as many businesses as possible. We've just got a chiropractic office approved. So if you go to the chiropractor, a dentist office, a medical office, the optometrist, all of these types of businesses had a disruption in services. So either they lost revenue, they had a disruption in services because the shutdown closed the offices, and most of them, they shut down and they had to go virtual. We've gotten gyms approved. So where do you go to the gym? It's the new year. How many of you all are actively going to the gyms? Gyms took a big hit, right? Fitness centers took a big hit, and most of them have employees. And so again, this is for any type of business that has employees. But I do know that many retail businesses have been impacted. We've helped logistics companies, trucking companies get approved for their claims. I mean, the list is endless. This is only a few of the different types of companies that we have been able to help. Nonprofits qualify, churches, right? So under some of the other programs, churches may not have been able to qualify. Churches qualify under this program. So again, just think, what businesses do you know with W-2 employees? Let them know about this program. Okay. and especially if you patronize, if you're in the area, if you are a community leader, if you are a leader of a chamber of commerce or some business, a business center or a business organization or association, and you would like to partner with us, I'm happy to partner. Again, just shoot me an email. Let's see how we can come together to help more small businesses get access to this tax credit. $400 billion remain in this program. So let's help small business owners get it. I know to date, I reported in January that we helped small businesses get approved for over $1 million. Over $1 million. That sounds like a lot, and it is. But compared to 400 billion, that means that there's still a long ways to go. That means that there's millions more small business owners that still don't know about the program that need to know and need to see if they can get approved and get their claims filed so they can have a financial lifeline for their business. Okay, so that's the ERTC program. I want to mention again for also childcare providers, since that's where I'm going next. Childcare providers were hit huge, had huge hits. So especially those brick and mortars that most of them have employees. So if that is you or someone you know, please let them know about the program. Also let them know about the child care stabilization grants that are administered by your child and family services departments in your states. Many more states are actually rolling out more funding for these programs. So it's federally funded, but some states have actually ran out of funding. So some of you all, you have child care centers, you're applying for it. That's awesome. But there's still child care providers that don't know. This is their first time hearing that there is an opportunity to get grants in your state for your child care center. Now, these are not new. So know that there are block grants that you can get as a child care provider in your state. But this is under this is a COVID-19 funded grant with federal dollars that you can get access to. And so once some of these states, once they run out of money, they know that there's still a need because childcare providers are still being impacted, right? So they're passing their own legislation to provide additional state funds to support you and your business grant. So definitely reach out to your child and family services department to get the information on how to apply for it, see where they're at with it. If it's on pause, they'll probably let you know. If they're adding more funding, they should most likely let you know on the website. If they don't, just ask them so that you know what you can do and how you can get access to that funding. Now, those are the federal programs. This is a reminder that there are so many grants available, grants and other programs, right? Reimbursement programs, tax credit programs for all sorts of things to help you as a small business owner in your state, in your county, and in your city. So more and more states are rolling out programs. Some already have programs open. Know that sometimes they may close or they may go on pause. If the website says it's on pause, that most likely means that they have an influx of applications they're already going through, because you have thousands of small businesses applying, and it's a lengthy process to go through all those applications. So they may pause or close it to get through that round, whatever round that is, process all those, award those, and then reopen it up. So I know one website that I was on, it said that it was paused. Pause doesn't mean stopped indefinitely. It means pause till they can get through the process or till they can add more funding, and then they will reopen. So then it's your job to just monitor. Get on their email list if you can, and just monitor it. Make a note to yourself to follow up on that particular grant program that is available. Okay. Now, I had mentioned a few videos back that Michigan had passed a bill. Okay. Michigan small business, if that's you, please let me know in the comments. If you know a small business in Michigan, tag them in this video, share this video with them, because they passed the bill for $409 million for small business grants in Michigan. This is not the first one. This is the new one. And so I got a status update. It will be open in March. March 1st is my understanding of when those applications open. So I'm going to check to see if they have the site up and running. If they do have the site up already, I will put it in the comments of this video. Okay. And we will also add it to our grant tracker. If you just want to just go to our grant tracker, which is in the show notes. It is on our website at www.shebosstaught.com. It is the COVID-19 resource tab. That is where all of our major grants are located. The top state grants are located there, and all the federal funding programs are there. So this Michigan one will be added to that list. So Michigan small businesses, get ready to apply. So, but they're not the only ones. More again, states are passing more legislation, or they are passing their budgets. And then you want to see what programs are included in their budgets that they're rolling out. And is there money carved out for small business? So for some of these states, it is. So that's something that I monitor. But those that are local, county and city, that is, you need to take our tools that we in our strategies. We always give these tips in all of our videos of where to go look in your local area. And start getting connected. That's how you're going to find out about the opportunities, because there are grants there. They're not all COVID related grants, right? They may be hosting a pitch competition. They may have an accelerator program, right? So like there was one here we have so many here. So I know we're not the only ones. There's a program that they were giving away in one of our close neighborhoods here, where they were giving you retail space, giving you free retail space to operate your business, mentor you through the process, to give you traffic to your business, to help you drive more sales to your business. We had another program that I talked about with the organization here called Jumpstart. They do a lot for entrepreneurs. They have many accelerator programs, pitch competitions, and the like. I got several things from them, including networking, mentorship, free laptop, free modem, free other free resources that were available to me. I'm part of the President's Council here. That is the Black Chamber of Commerce. They announced that I have the opportunity to get interns, and guess what? They're going to pay me to put them on payroll to help my company succeed. So these are just a few of the many types of programs that you may find in your local area. You need to start connecting with small business organizations, associations, your colleges, your universities. Many of the colleges and universities now have a entrepreneurship innovation centers in their colleges. So connect with them and see what opportunities may exist there as well. But you have to be proactive. I say this all the time. This is not a spectator sport. If you want to get access to programs, it's not hoping. You actually have to be action oriented and go get it, right? Not hoping somebody will come contact you, but they will if you get on their email list, right? So if you need help in this area with getting grants and things like that, just look at all the testimonials that we've received from many entrepreneurs and business owners, nonprofits who we've helped to get grants and other types of funding for their small businesses over the past almost 2.5 years at this point during COVID. So we have a masterclass that you can take on demand. Get the masterclass, get the cheat sheet, get the help that you need, because I'm still seeing people saying that they're struggling, they're applying, they're not successful in getting anything. But you want to make sure you're doing it right. You don't want to go in blindly into any program. You have to do your research and use tools. We're doing the heavy lifting for you. So we're doing the heavy lifting. Use the tools that we provided, and then let that help you go after all these other opportunities. Now, there's so many. I'm going to list off some of these grants before I close out, but there are just so many. Like I'm going to take the time to update our tracker today, but there's so many coming out. I can barely keep up with them because I'm the only one that update. I don't have a team that does this. I do this for you guys, right? And for myself, because I made it a priority to get money, especially free money for my business, okay, throughout COVID-19. So I have won many grants. I still have many grants that I'm waiting to hear back on, many more that I'm going to be applying for this week in the upcoming weeks. But these are just a few of the grants that are out there. Be sure to check out our grant videos. We every week, at least once a week, I do a video specifically on new grants that are coming out or that are out that you can go apply for. Again, if you find a grant that is closed, it doesn't mean it's permanently closed. 90% of the grants that we review have they're open for a period of time. It may be a grant every month. It may be every quarter. It may be twice a year. It may be an annual grant. So we let you know what it is in the grant tracker so that, again, you can just monitor for yourself and apply when it opens again. And the way these weeks and months are flying by, I mean, once it closes, it'll be back around by the time you blink your eyes. Okay. So FedEx, we know FedEx, this is their 10th anniversary. I did the last video on this. Just want to remind you, it got a lot of attention. So it got a lot of attention, but hopefully you all are shooting your shot, putting your hat in the ring. Y'all don't want to hear that you don't know what to do, and good luck to everybody else, because we've given you all the tools to help you to do it. Don't leave this type of money on the table. Again, this is money, free money you do not have to pay back. This is not a loan. This is grant money. They're giving away up to $50,000 for your business. You have until February 28th, which is the last day of the month, to apply. Okay. So all of the details are on the FedEx website. So excited about this program. I will be shooting my shot again this year. Zero Beauty, want to mention this because this is a unique program, and it's just to show you the different types of programs that there are out here. So Zero, if you don't know, it's a accounting platform, business platform. They're giving $15,000 makeover, a business office makeover so those of you that have a business office and you want a makeover, you have until February. Today, is it today? Oh, you had until February 15th. Sorry about that. I think that one closed. I would double check it. But that was Zero Beauty. Even if it did close, most likely they will have it. They will be back again. So I'll double check that one for you. Caress Dreams to Reality Fund. This is a grant of $5,000. They had this grant last year. But what did I say? They partnered with I Fund Women, which is a crowdfunding platform. Not only do they offer crowdfunding services for women, helping them raise money on their platform, they also provide grants. They partner with other companies like Caress to bring us grants so that we can apply for them and get money for our business. This is an accelerated program. So they're accepting a certain number into the cohort, and those accepted into the program get $5,000. So this is their 2022 program. So shoot your shot. We did share this on our Facebook page. So make sure you're following us where we are on social media so you don't miss out on these opportunities. Most of the grants that we share, we do share them first with our email list, and we share them on our Facebook page. But Caress Dream to Reality Fund Accelerator with the $5,000 grant. You have until March the 4th to apply for this program. Okay, I'm going to be applying. I just got to put it on the calendar. BGE, this is the Energizing Small Business Grant for $20,000 is back. Okay, when I say back, this tells you it at some point closed and it's back. Right? Back with more funding to help you in your small business. Now, this is for Maryland businesses. If you're in Maryland, if you're a small business, I say this many times, Maryland is one of those key targeted areas that many grants are going to the small businesses. So whether it's in your local area or a national grant, national grants are targeting this area a lot. So again, Maryland small businesses, you have an opportunity to apply for $20,000. This is through the Hello Alice platform that I talk about a lot. It's a platform for entrepreneurs, small business owners, great for networking, getting mentoring, building connections, and applying for grants that they partner with companies to bring you. from 2020 or since 2020, they have probably given out maybe $100 million in grants in combined or close to it. So again, this is Energizing Small Business, $20,000 grant for Maryland businesses. You have until March 25th to apply. Power Forward grant is open, $25,000. This is for those New England businesses. So if you're in the New England area, make sure that you apply for this grant as well. The Boss Network Invest in Progress grant for $10,000 is still open. You can apply for this through February the 25th. Okay. So you see that some of these dates are close approaching. Some grants are going to be closing in February. Some grants are going to be closing in March. And then you'll see new grants coming on. Okay. And then they will have a March date or April date, May date, and it will just go on and on depending on the grant. So again, that's the Boss Network Invest in Progress Digital Undivided Breakthrough Dallas program. Where you get this is, I know this is for women of color, a $5,000 grant that you can get, and the deadline is February the 22nd on this particular grant. Again, this is Digital Undivided. I am actually a recipient of one of their micro grants, so I'm looking forward in the future to applying for one of their programs as well. I think they have another program coming out, but I just have to check. If I find that they do, I will make sure it's on the grant tracker. For those of you that are on here, I'm just going to give you a heads up. All I'm going to say is that Capital One is coming out with a grant. You have to stay tuned for more of when it actually launches. But again, Capital One is coming out with a small business grant. So I'm super excited about that. And before I close out, just want to let you all know that this is Black History Month and celebration of Black businesses. We are hosting the I Am Black Business Pitch Competition. It is open. It opened on Monday on February the 14th. It will be open until February the 28th. So you have an opportunity to shoot your shot. This is for you all if you are in idea phase, pre-revenue phase, if you're making money in your business, if you're in growth phase, startup phase. It does not matter. If you have a business idea or business venture, if you're already in business, you can apply to win up to $1,000 in this pitch competition. So I have a lot of you are asking, where are the programs for startups? Why I can't ever find any money for startups or program? This is one of those programs that we're bringing to you. You can be a nonprofit or for-profit. We haven't put any of those restrictions on it. We want to see creativity. We want to see what kind of problems you're solving with your business or your business idea and how it's going to impact the community. That's what we care about, right? So we know there's a lot of you all that are creative and innovative out there. We want to hear your ideas. Our winner last year was Nicole Murphy with her Barter Black platform, which is amazing, an app which she's launching this weekend. She has a big event in Maryland, right? In Maryland. So we're super excited about that. But this is to show what can happen well beyond when you receive a grant. There's all types of promotion that can take place, different types of opportunities that can be presented to you. And then once people get to see you and what you're doing, they want to participate. They want to join. Like I was so excited about her idea and how inventive it was and game changing it is. It eliminates excuses. The excuse and barriers of money being a barrier for a lot of small business owners. So she's removing that barrier. You now get to exchange products and services, right? You get to barter with each other on products or services. So I actually participated in this when I was leading a Facebook group back in 2019 and 2020. And we did this and found that it was super successful. And the fact that she is taking this nationwide and global is amazing. So I see this being super huge. These are the type of ideas that we're looking for. These are the type of ideas and innovations that other companies, other organizations are looking for. And if you have that the idea, put it out there. Start participating in these pitch competitions. Get involved in Accelerator. Let them help you move that idea and that business forward, and let them give you the money to do it. These are all the wonderful programs that are out here. Again, if I listed them all, we would be here for days and weeks. So that's why I dedicate at least one video to just go through new grants, so you can anticipate that one at the beginning of next week. So again, make sure you stay tuned, subscribe if you haven't already, continue to share. Thank you all for your support and sharing and impacting all of these small business owners' lives when you do share. It's no small effort. You're making a big impact on small business. Thank you so much. And as always, continue to be the boss with amplifying impact, and continue to stay safe and in good health. Have a wonderful day.